and foremost, I want to thank everyone for coming out today to celebrate this special occasion with us. My name is Uniqua. I am in the Mayor's Office in the Office of Constituent Services. It's nice to see everyone today. Today marks a special occasion as we gather to celebrate the launch of a homeownership center designed to empower and educate first-time homebuyers in this community. This event is more than just an introduction. It's a doorway to knowledge, opportunity, and as well as fulfillment of homeownership dreams for the working class. Just as a grand opening signifies new beginnings, today we open the doors to a wealth of information and resources that will guide the working class, which has not had the opportunities of purchasing a home as of yet. Through this journey, whether you're here to learn about financing options, understand the home buying process, or gain insights into the local real estate market, this center is designed to equip you with the knowledge you need to make informed decisions moving forward. So without further ado, I would like to present Mayor Derek Armstead with his opening remarks.
Well, I don't have to say anything else. Uniqua said it all. Okay. So good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. And today I'm just proud to announce this grand opening of what we refer to as the N4SF Linden Home Ownership Center. It's a collaboration between the city and the neighborhoods for what we call a sustainable future. Okay, these are all words that I got from some others, okay? Don't mind me. The specific focus is really on empowering low to moderate income families so that will be able to own and purchase property, as well as prevent them from losing their homes. This is a very, very crucial resource hub for our community. And we're going to be prioritizing support for low to moderate income families, and we're breaking barriers for home ownership, which is crucial. And sometimes I go off cue. They type this up for me. I don't really like speeches too much, but one of the things that I've noticed in this community and other communities is that people are being pushed out, poor people. Gentrification, you can call it. And it's not just gentrification, it's just poor people in general struggling to keep their homes. And I decided I was going to take action against it. So the first thing we did was we allocated $2 million in our budget to provide down payment assistance for low to moderate people, low to moderate income families. Going forward, we've got some other creative ideas. What we've been noticing is that there's a lot of work going on in the city with regards to infrastructure. Every year we pave and redo a number of streets, and I'm finding that as soon as we do the streets, the utility companies, they come in and tear them up. So what I'm going to be asking my council to do is to pare back on our street servicing program in an effort to put some of that money aside so we can continue the program. Because it makes no sense to spend $1 million on a road and then have it torn up. So let's let the infrastructure people, the gas and water companies, do what they're going to do, and then let them repave the roads. And we can take that money that we would normally fix roads with, and we could put that into a program, or at least some of it. And at the same time, we can continue to keep our debt service at a sustainable level. So that's just a few ideas of how I plan on funding this program in the upcoming years, because it's going to take money to keep a program like this going. And I have every intention on making sure that it does continue. So things have changed considerably. I mean, when I bought my first house, I was 26 years old. And it was a lot different. I wasn't making a lot of money at the time either, but I was very, I guess, what's the word, parsimonious? I just saved my money. My mother called me cheap, but but I saved my money, and within a couple of years, I had enough money for a down payment, and I bought a home at 26 years old. And in fact, I had ventured out early in life to start a business at 18, and by the time I was 22 years old, the business didn't work out, and my mother said, "Hey, your room is still upstairs." She says, "Go get yourself a job and start saving your money like I told you." So within a couple of years, I saved a few $1,000s, and I put a down payment on a home, and I had my first home at 26. So, but we no longer live in that paradigm. life has become very difficult for our young people trying to start their lives. So they need a little push, a little help now. And that's just exactly what we're going to do. We're going to give them a little push, help them along their way so they can buy homes and be a part of this community. Linden's a very good community. I don't know if you know much about it. We are a very diverse community. About 30% African American, 30% white, 30% Latino, 10% Asian other. And that has always worked well for us here in Linden. It was just a nice balance. We've always gotten along. It was an affordable town. There was a time that we say in Linden, if you didn't have a job, it's because you didn't want to work, because we had all the industry. We had Exxon, we had General Motors, we had GAF, American Cyanamid, DuPont, Buckeye Pipeline, Citgo. You name it, they were here in Linden. So when you came out of high school, even if you didn't want to go to school, you could get a decent job and afford to buy a home. But again, we no longer live in that paradigm. And I think, again, the idea here is to give people a little assistance, okay? And because the idea here is to try to keep Linden, Linden. Okay, it's worked well for so long. I think, my legacy should be the fact that I kept Linden the way it is. It's a beautiful town, and young people should be able to afford to buy homes, young and old people. So this thing is going to have a two-pronged approach, because we're not just going to stop with trying to put people in new homes. We're going to try to ensure that our seniors have housing, and that we have workforce housing for young and old. Okay, so this is a plan that I know that we all put our heads together and move forward. It will work. And I just want to thank Alfred and Todd for coming to Linden. You're a good fit here. I know you're going to do a great job. And the office, my office, and this office, we're going to work hand in hand to make sure that this is a success. And as you notice, we put them right here in social services. This is our social services office. We put them right here. I mean, where else would you want to put this type of organization that addresses a very serious social issue? That's housing. So I want to thank them for being a part of this team. I want to thank all my council, Barry Javits, Councilman 2nd Ward, for voting on that $2 million that I set aside. And the beauty of this, I mean, we put $2 million towards this program, and we still kept taxes stable in town here. Again, let me give you a little history about the $2 million. We had decided we were going to buy a fire engine for $2 million. We were going to bond for it. So we floated the bond, and then we received a grant for $2 million. So I said, well, since we had that $2 million allocated for fire truck, let's take that $2 million and allocate it towards home ownership, which I think is a good thing. So a little creative financing, a little creative ingenuity on our behalf as a governing body, and I think this is going to work. And we're going to continue. We just have to put people first sometimes. I mean, you look around, everywhere you go, somebody's building. Prices have gotten out of hand in Linden. There's a Cape Cod went down the street for $500,000. I couldn't believe it. Like 2 blocks away from my house, $500,000. And 2 years ago, that house would have sold for maybe $140,000, $150,000, and it went for $500,000. So again, our young people can't afford to buy these homes, so we got to figure out a way to give them a little boost. So once again, thank you all for coming out today. I appreciate you showing up, and I appreciate all your support. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me. Again, I have to deal with my council people. We have the 3rd Ward Councilwoman here, Monique Cardwell. Thank you for the $2 million. Okay. And we have our County Commissioner, Joseph Bodek. Joseph is also our city clerk. So thank you, Joe, for all you do for us. We have a few others. We have Jerry Bishop, who works for the city here. Jerry is our, what are you, Jerry? Director? Just Jerry. Just Jerry, okay. Jerry does a lot for us. Jerry, in fact, when we decided to rent this place, Jerry coordinated the the repairs, and not the repairs, the fit out. There's a word, fit out. Okay, I got it. Okay. We have Felipe Capesa in the back. He's in charge of our SID, as well as a number of other employees here. I just can't name them all, but thank you all for coming out, and this is a great thing. Thank you.
Next up, we have John Watkins, Director of Social Services.
Hi, good afternoon. I don't really have a speech prepared, nor am I quite as qualified as the last representation up here, but I'm going to try my best. I'm thankful for the people that we work with, the city of Linden, and also for the opportunities for these families that are coming and are going to be presented to service the residents of Linden. I'm looking forward to working with the individuals, Alfred and Muhammad. I'm sorry, Todd and Muhammad. And, looking forward to all the opportunities for the families of Linden. Thank you for your service, everybody, and appreciate what you do. Have a good day.
Next up, we have Alfred Gill, Executive Director of N4SF.
Good day, everyone. I'll be very long. So if I get short, you would feel a lot better because he said it was going to be very long. All right, so I want to do some welcomes. And in sort of precursor to the welcomes, I want to thank Mayor of Linden, Mayor Armstead, for what he has done so far. So please, again, let's give him another round of applause. In doing this work, sometimes affordable housing is a hard sell in some cities. It's a very hard sell. People don't want it. NIMBY, I do not want affordable housing in my back door. And we have a mayor who says, come, you're welcome. We want the people of Linden who live here, who work here to be able to buy here. And so the commitment, I think, is wonderful. We are happy to be part of the process of making dream of homeownership come through for the people of Linden. And thank you again, Mayor. I want to thank Todd. Todd, could you stand a second for me, please? Todd has been untiring in trying to help to make this happen. And so as someone who lives in New Jersey, knows the landscape, and is with N4SF, just made it very easy. And he has a very personable spirit and can work with a lot of folks. And so we're happy to have Todd on the team to help make this happen. Thank you very much, Todd, for your work. We also invited HUD to come today. We had lots of conversations with HUD because in getting something like this set up, being a HUD-approved counseling agency, we want to go through all of the regulatory issues as it relates to making this happen. Unfortunately, the regional director couldn't make it today. She says, she's excited for us and she wants pictures. So whatever pictures you have, please, I'll be happy to take pictures and send to the folks at HUD. One of the things that was also orchestrated was Todd arranging for a lot of meetings with the banks in our community. And there is a excitement from the banks that we have been speaking with that is unprecedented. And so today I want to be able to say welcome and recognize the banks that are in the room, and I want you to give them a round of applause because they are going to be part of the process of helping to support this work. And so I know Provident Bank is in the house. Could the folks from Provident, let people stand and let people see who you are. So part of the process is that we learn. Yeah, we learn we get into the banks. So I was just saying as a preface, part of the process we learn all of the products of the bank so that when we see a client and in making our referrals, we are well informed of what they will be seeing and interacting, and we can help provide guidance based on the choices they make. And so we're happy to have the banks that are here today. So thank you, Provident. We have Columbia Bank in the house. Could the folks from Columbia stand? And the folks in this row here. I know we have M&T in the house. Where's M&T? Valley National, Sophie. And Northfield, who's here for Northfield? Okay, wonderful. And any other banks in the house? So I think that's the representation for the banks. And we're extremely excited. I think in a time with all of these changing interest rates, high interest rates, a lot of the banks are working to make it competitive and affordable for low-income families, and we're excited about that, and thank you for that. We have a long history of working with a couple of the banks, and looking forward to new relationships with the banks. Also want to mention some of the staff that's here from N4SF. Todd and I have been here doing a lot of the work, but a lot of the support also comes from the staff at the office on Staten Island. And I think we have a couple of folks here, Jamila, Maya. So one of the things that will be available here from the center is that there's a lot of support services that go towards home ownership. It's not just getting somebody in a home and that's it. There's a lot of support services that have to come that surround this person to make sure that a low and moderate income family is successful in the long term. It's not a short term, I get you into a house and we are done. So green and healthy homes, clean energy, all those programs would be designed to help keep someone in their home. If they get into foreclosure, there is a place to come for them to be able to for us to be able to help them stay in their home. So that's part of the whole process, and the whole staff team is part of the process of making that happen. I also want to welcome we have two board members who are here. Mr. Vinny Albino, he's our board chair. And another Linden, another New Jersey resident, Dana Walker, who is also on the board. So these are folks for you to get familiar with. And so our country is facing what we all know to be an affordable housing crisis. It has persisted for decades, with people living at the lowest income spectrum feeling the impact most acutely at the people on the lower end of the income spectrum. They feel it. So even before the pandemic, we struggled to provide equitable home ownership opportunities for all people. Since the Great Recession, the gap between black and white home ownership has grown wider than it has been for the past 50 years. These discrepancies aggravate our nation's growing wealth inequality, and in recent years, these problems have intensified in both the rental and home ownership markets. And of course, black, indigenous, and people of color are most affected. So we do not need to hear it, but recent research indicates that housing supply has reached its lowest level in recorded history. Housing supply has reached its lowest level in housing history. The pronounced lack of available for sale housing has contributed to large price increases. We just heard the mayor talk about that. And as demand has outpaced supply. Home prices increased at a minimum of 17% over the last, recently, and doubled over the last decade. So we are looking at income that hasn't kept pace with the increased price of homes. And so the demand for affordable housing is increasing. This is important since homeownership is the primary way that low and moderate income families are able to build wealth and achieve financial stability. Increasing opportunities for homeownership is a key component in combating historically discriminatory policies that have precluded minorities and others from purchasing a home. So the causes of this growing affordable housing crisis are numerous and include insufficient housing production, as we talked about, labor and supply costs increasing since the pandemic, zoning and other local regulatory barriers that impede development. We have the Mount Laurel Doctrine in New Jersey. We have to find, so there were cities that were giving money to other cities, you build affordable housing, we don't want it in our backyard. And this false perception that affordable housing causes a problem. if we were to do a poll of the folks sitting in this room today, part of your success today is based upon your parents having an affordable home many years ago. You're either occupying that home and able to do something else with it, with your money. You probably went to college based upon the equity that was built up in that home. And for folks who couldn't afford affordable home back then, do not have the opportunity that some of us have experienced today. I'm trying not to make it sound too complicated, but that's in essence what is happening. So we're looking at a shortfall of 150,000 fewer homes a year and a big gap of 1.7 million homes. So wherever we are and wherever we work, we want to have fantastic partners, and we are happy to be a partner with the city to be able to be the administrator of a grant to help low and moderate income families enjoy a home for the first time. And we want to say thanks to, again, the mayor for welcoming us into his city and for giving us the opportunity to partner with him on affordable housing. And thank you very much. And
Next up, we have Vincent Albonio, Board Chair of N4SF.
Welcome, everyone. I will be very brief. I won't be as long as Alfred. But I do want to thank everybody for coming to celebrate this opening of the Linden office. And I especially want to thank the mayor and everybody that is part of the government here that supported Alfred. And thank you, Todd, for all that they've done to allow neighborhood for a sustainable future. I still can't get over it that we call it that, because it's been NHS to me. I've been a part of this organization for over 20 years, right? And I just want to thank you all for allowing us to cast our net further than Staten Island, where we're doing a pretty good job, and hopefully we can continue that here. You know, I've been a part of, like I said, the organization for over 20 years. It's something that's near and dear to my heart, to find a way to help first-time home buyers to attain the dream of home ownership. That was something that I remember when I started. I had no idea what the heck I was doing, you know, the education that we provide and the access to grants and lenders, and thank you all the banks for being here. I'm glad to see you guys are here, and hopefully you'll be helping us out too. You know, it's just something that's near and dear to me, and all the board members that we do have, and especially Alfred. This is his life work, pretty much, right? So, and I think we've been doing a pretty good job there. And I look forward to working with the people of Linden and everybody here in you know, finding that vision that the mayor has, which is tremendous. And thank you so much for coming up with the $2 million. And that was fantastic. That was a big surprise to me today. And that's something that will really help people along. So with that, thank you for entrusting us to help your community, and I thank you all for coming today. Thank you.
And before I introduce this next guest, we want to do a special shout out to members of the Board of Health and members of Board of Ed that were able to attend today. Everyone give them a round of applause. Next up, we have Leanne White, confidential aide to the mayor.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Leanne White, and I'm the confidential aide to Mayor Derek Armstead. I'm honored to be here today to celebrate the grand opening of the Linden Home Ownership Center. I was so excited to hear that Linden residents now have an opportunity to explore the possibilities of home ownership despite their financial insecurities. I moved to Linden in 2015, And in my 9 years of living in Linden, I never saw myself owning a home because the thought seemed so unrealistic for several reasons. These reasons would include low wages, high interest rates, and not having the best credit, to name a few. Now, with the help of the new Linden Home Ownership Center, something that seemed so far-fetched no longer seems out of reach for me. As a As a new mom and also a student working on 2 degrees at one time, I am constantly thinking about me and my son's future and what that looks like for us. While my apartment serves its purpose for us at the moment, there will come a time where we will outgrow it and must transition into a bigger space. With the help of the N4SF, me and my son now have the opportunity to go house hunting and not limited to just apartment hunting. Owning a home. Owning a home is the goal for so many people. It gives families a sense of stability and security. Homeowners take pride in knowing that they are building the foundation for a better future for their loved ones. Families who are looking to go from renters to homeowners are often intimidated by this transition because they lack the knowledge and resources for first-time homeowners. Now, with the help of the Linden Home Ownership Center, this process will help make the transition for families a lot easier. This center will provide education and support to guide families through the home buying process, whether it's improving credit scores, understanding mortgage options, or saving for a down payment. The center will offer the assistance needed to make home ownership possible. I've encountered so many individuals and families who are struggling financially. It's difficult for them to make ends meet and are living paycheck to paycheck. They are struggling to pay high rent just to keep a roof over their head and have some place to call home. The Linden Home Ownership Center will help change that. This program will give residents the tools and knowledge they need to achieve financial stability and security by owning a home. It's beneficial to the entire community when more families own homes. Homeowners are active in their communities, supportive of local businesses, and take pride in help maintaining the cleanliness of their neighborhoods. By helping more families buy homes, we are helping to build a better Linden for everyone. I want to thank Mayor Armstead, the N4SF, and the banks who are here, who have stepped up and committed to supporting this project. Mayor Armstead, your vision and leadership has been the driving force behind this initiative. Your foresight in recognizing the need for a home ownership center and your commitment to working with the N4SF has made today possible. You have shown a deep dedication to improving the lives of Linden residents and creating opportunities for all. Your efforts are not only transforming our community today, but will have a lasting impact for generations to come. We are truly fortunate to have a mayor who cares so deeply about the well-being and future of our city. As we open the doors to the Linden Home Ownership Center today, let's remember that this is more than just a building. It's a place where dreams will come true and where families will find the support they need to succeed. Thank you all for being here to celebrate this special day. Together, we are making Linden a place where everyone has the chance to achieve their dreams and build a better future. Thank you.
Once again, thank you all for coming out today. Last but not least, we have Todd Stewart with the closing remarks.
Good afternoon. What can you say after that, right? That was so powerful, and that just told the story of why we are here and what it is that we're doing. My name is Todd Seward, for those of you who don't know me, and I want to say just a few quick words. First, I'd like to thank Alfred for believing in me and giving me the chance. We started this journey about a year ago, and we were so fortunate to meet this gentleman who immediately told us what it was he wanted to accomplish for his city. He was very clear in saying, I want the people who work here, the people who lived here, have an opportunity to buy here and continue to live here and work here. And so we started out on this journey to establish this home ownership center. And through the process of that journey, we reached out to our lending partners. And there are lending partners here. So a little bit about me. I am a social worker first. And I've done that work for about 20 years, and then I stepped into the real estate world, and I became a real estate agent. And That experience, seeing people struggling to buy homes, led me to connect with institutions and organizations that design loan products specifically for low to moderate income families and individuals. And I just want to say to like my friends here, my lending partners, Roxanne, Louis, Lana, Paula, Ben, Sophie, I want to thank you for coming out today because you guys put the muscle behind making this happen. Your institutions, your organizations have made a commitment to make home ownership a reality for Leanne and others like her. So thank you for coming out and thank you for supporting this program. This for us, for Alfred and I and the mayor and everyone involved, it's a labor of love. When you spoke so eloquently, it touched my heart. It made me realize why we get up every day and we do this. So I'm very honored to be a part of this project. I'm very pleased that you all came out today. Continue to support us. We're going to celebrate this a year from now, and you're going to see dynamic things happening. Thank you all. Thank you for coming out. Can Lamari, and I was thinking about that, I was walking up here. Lamari and Leanne, can you come up here, please? Where's Lamari? Thank you so much. That's what I was thinking of in the back, and I got caught up in me talking, right? So before we do the ribbon cutting, right, these three ladies, right, this is a result today of the work that they put forth. They work in the mayor's office. Lamari Cintron, Leanne White, Uniqua Weeks. Give them a hand. Hold on. Let me say this again, right? Give them a hand. Stand up for them. They did amazing work to put this together. And I want to say thank you, ladies. Thank you.
Well, you are great.